Stop playing like everyone else expects you to. Picture this. You're running down the wing. Defender thinks he knows what you're going to do. Crowd is watching. And suddenly, you do something completely unexpected that leaves everyone speechless. The defender is on the ground. The keeper is beaten, and the net is bulging. That's not luck. That's what happens when you master the art of wing play. I've analyzed hundreds of hours of footage from wingers like Lamine Yamal, Vinicius Jr., and Bukayo Saka. What I found will completely change how you think about playing on the wings. The best wingers aren't just fast runners who cross the ball. They're chess masters who think 3 moves ahead. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 deadly skills that separate average wingers from unstoppable ones. And more importantly, you'll know exactly how to develop each one. Here's what most people get wrong about wing play. They think it's just about pace and crossing. That's like saying cooking is just about turning on the stove. Sure, it's part of it, but you're missing 90% of what makes a great winger. Watch Lamine Yamal at 17 years old destroying seasoned defenders. He's not the strongest or fastest player on the pitch, but he understands something that took me years to figure out. Wing play is about controlling space, not just running into it. When I was coming up, coaches would just tell me, run fast and cross the ball. I was quick, so sometimes it worked, but against good defenders, I got found out every time. Then I started studying how the elite wingers actually play. Everything changed. The truth is, modern wing play has 5 levels. Most players never get past level 2, but once you master all 5, you become literally unstoppable on the flanks. Before we dive deep, let me give you the roadmap. The 5 skills that separate elite wingers from everyone else are: first touch mastery, 1v1 destruction, space creation, decision-making, and the killer instinct. Each skill builds on the next. You can't skip levels. Try to be fancy with 1v1 skills when your first touch is terrible, and you'll lose the ball before you even start. But master them in order, and you'll be slicing through defenses like a hot knife through butter. Here's the crazy part. Most wingers only develop 2 or 3 of these skills. That's why you see players who are lightning fast but can't beat anyone, or players with amazing tricks who make terrible decisions. Elite wingers master all 5. Your first touch as a winger isn't just about controlling the ball. It's about controlling the entire situation. Watch Lamine Yamal receive a pass. Before the ball even reaches him, he's already decided what his first touch will do. Here's the secret. Your first touch should always put the ball exactly where you need it for your next move. Not just under control, in the perfect position to explode past your defender or create space for a shot. Most wingers have 3 types of first touches, but they use them randomly. Elite wingers have 7 different first touches, and they pick the right one based on what the defender is doing. Touch number 1, the accelerator. First touch forward into space when the defender is backing off. Touch number 2, the protector. First touch across your body when the defender is closing fast. Touch number 3, the decoy. First touch that looks like you're going one way, but sets you up to go the other. Practice this every day. Have someone throw you balls from different angles while you're jogging. Before the ball arrives, shout out which type of touch you're going to use. This trains your brain to choose the right touch before the ball even gets to you. Here's where it gets fun. 1v1 situations are where wingers are born. But most players think it's about having the fanciest tricks. Wrong. It's about having the right trick for the right moment. Lamine Yamal doesn't need 20 different skills. He has about 5 moves that he's perfected to an insane level. The key isn't variety, it's execution and timing. The 3 moves every winger must master. The stop and go, slow down, let the defender commit, then explode, the body feint, lean one way, go the other, and the touch and sprint, 1 touch past the defender, then use pace. But here's the real secret. It's not about the move itself. It's about selling the move. You need to make the defender believe you're going one way with your entire body. Eyes, shoulders, hips, everything has to lie together. Training drill. Set up cones as defenders. Practice each move at full speed, focusing on selling the fake direction completely. Then add a real defender who can only jog. Finally, go full intensity with someone trying to stop you. The magic happens when you can do these moves without thinking. Your body just reacts to what the defender gives you. This is where good wingers become great wingers. Space creation isn't about running into space. It's about making space appear where there wasn't any before. Watch how Lamine Yamal plays. Half the time, he's not even running toward goal. He's moving away from it, dragging defenders with him, creating space for teammates, or setting up his next move. It looks weird until you understand what he's doing. The 3 space creation rules. Rule 1. Where you move first determines where space opens up. Rule 2. Defenders follow your eyes and body, not the ball. Rule 3. Sometimes the best move is no move at all. Here's my favorite example. You're wide right, defender is marking you tight, and there's no space behind him. Instead of trying to beat him with pace, you fake a run toward the corner flag, then quickly check back toward the center. The defender follows your first movement, and suddenly there's space behind him. Practice this by playing 2v2 games in small areas. You can't rely on pace or power. You have to create space with movement and intelligence. This forces you to think like a chess player instead of just running straight lines. The best wingers aren't just skillful, they're smart. They know when to take on their man, when to pass, when to shoot, and when to slow the game down. This is what separates players like Bukayo Saka from wannabes. Here's the decision-making formula that elite wingers use. If the defender is close and teammates are in good positions, pass. If the defender is backing off and you have space, attack. If the defender is overcommitting one way, go the other way. If there are 2 defenders, find a third man. Sounds simple, but most wingers make these decisions based on emotion, not logic. They want to dribble because it's fun, or they pass because they're scared. Elite wingers make decisions based on what gives their team the best chance to score. Training your decision-making. Play small-sided games where you have to make a decision every 3 seconds. 4v4 or 5v5 games in tight spaces force you to think fast and pick the right option under pressure. The key is repetition. The more situations you see in training, the faster you'll recognize them in games. Soon, the right decision becomes automatic. Here's what separates good wingers from legendary ones: killer instinct. It's not enough to beat defenders and create chances. You have to finish the job, whether that's scoring goals, creating assists, or delivering perfect crosses. Lamine Yamal has this in spades. When he gets in dangerous positions, something almost always happens. He doesn't just beat his man and then pass the responsibility to someone else. He takes ownership of the moment. The 4 finishing options every winger needs: the near post shot, low and hard across the keeper; the far post curl, bend it away from the keeper; the cutback pass, simple pass to an unmarked teammate; and the driven cross, hard and fast across the box. But here's the secret. You need to practice these finishes when you're tired and under pressure. Anyone can hit perfect crosses when they're fresh in training. Elite wingers deliver when their legs are heavy and defenders are breathing down their necks. Set up finishing drills after intense sprints or long passing sessions. This simulates real game conditions where you need to be clinical when you're not feeling 100%. Now let's connect all 5 skills into one unstoppable system. Before every game, remind yourself of your weapons. Perfect first touches that set up your next move. 1v1 skills that make defenders panic. Movement that creates space from nothing. Smart decisions that help your team. And finishing that punishes every opportunity. Early in the game, test your defender. See how they react to your movements, which way they prefer to force you, how quickly they recover. This information becomes your blueprint for the rest of the match. Mid-game, start layering your skills. Use space creation to set up 1v1 situations. Use perfect first touches to create shooting opportunities. Use smart decision-making to keep the defender guessing. Late in the game, when everyone's tired, that's when your training pays off. While other players get sloppy, you stay sharp because you've practiced these skills when exhausted. You can't develop these skills by accident. You need a system. Here's the weekly training plan I recommend. Monday, first touch focus. 30 minutes of receiving balls from different angles and distances. Focus on setting up your next move with every touch. Tuesday, 1v1 battles. Set up 1v1 gates and duels. Work on your 3 core moves until they're automatic. Wednesday, space creation games. Small-sided games where you can only score after creating space through movement. Thursday, decision-making drills. Fast-paced games with multiple options. Force yourself to make the right choice under pressure. Friday, finishing under fatigue. Practice your 4 finishing options after intense physical work. The key is consistency. 20 minutes of focused practice every day beats 2 hours once a week. Elite wingers are made through daily improvement, not weekend warriors. Skills are just the beginning. What separates elite wingers is their mindset. They want the ball when the game is on the line. They want to face the toughest defender. They see pressure as fun, not fear. Develop what I call winger confidence. This means believing that every time you get the ball in a wide position, something dangerous is about to happen. Not arrogance, confidence backed by preparation. Keep a success journal. After every training session and game, write down one thing you did well in each of the 5 skill areas. This builds proof in your mind that you're improving and can handle any situation. Remember, defenders are more afraid of you than you are of them. They know that one mistake against a skilled winger can end up on highlight reels. Use that to your advantage. That winger who makes defending look impossible isn't lucky or naturally gifted. He mastered 5 specific skills through deliberate practice. Perfect first touches, devastating 1v1 ability, intelligent space creation, smart decision-making, and ruthless finishing. The difference between wingers who disappear in games and wingers who take over games isn't talent. It's having a complete skill set that works at every level. Your journey to wing domination starts with your next training session. Pick one of these 5 skills and commit to improving it this week. Master them one by one, and soon you'll be the player that defenders dread facing. The touchline is calling your name. Time to answer. If this video just gave you the blueprint to become unstoppable on the wings, smash that like button and subscribe for more game-changing content. Drop a fire in the comments if you're ready to start your winger transformation, and tell me which of the 5 skills you want to master first. Your breakout performance is waiting.